Hey everybody, it's Neil here from Post to Post. Welcome to Jersey Concept Friday. We do this every single Friday on the channel. We'd love to have you on board if you're new. Over 60% of return viewers are not subscribed. So if that is you, please go down and hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel out quite a bit. And we have fun every Friday. And we're going to do that today because we've got more than 32 concepts to look at. These are NHL, but there are 37. And caveat, some of the logos are AI generated. These designs are by Steven, and I don't know which jerseys have AI logos and which don't. I'm not sure. We'll find out together because I've not seen these either. So let's get into it. Let's go. By abbreviation, Anaheim's first. Bring it up. There we go. Okay, wow, this is completely different than anything that I've ever seen from an Anaheim Ducks concept. You tell me if you've ever seen anything like this. I'm pretty sure you haven't. I look at a lot of jersey concepts on the channel, and I've never seen anything like that. So first impressions, other than what I just said, what's up with the colors? We've got brown, or almost like a beige maybe, or something. We've got yellow, white, and green. Now the green's familiar, the white's familiar, the yellow not so much, and the brown, I guess it is technically, but it's not the right specific shade, I don't think. Unless it's like playing tricks on my mind here, because I'm not used to seeing yellow with that shade, so, you know, maybe that is that beige kind of brown color that Anaheim uses. I'm not sure. Either way, I will say that I do not like the angular striping in the middle of the jersey. I've never seen a jersey that I think that I like that on. It's just, it always reminds me of a wrestling belt or some kind of sash or something. So I'd say no to that. And other than that, it's a quite interesting jersey, actually. So Ducks, you know, the flying V, so you get some of that kind of formation there on the logo, which is neat. And you get the A for Anaheim. It's at the very least interesting. If you don't like it, totally fine. But you have to admit objectively that it is innovative, creative, and interesting. This might be, I guess, one of the coolest videos that I've done, not because I'm making it, but because of the designs by Steven here. So Steven, if the rest of the designs are like this, shout out to you. Okay, let's go. We've got Arizona. Wow, okay, a complete redesign here. We've got a coyote, which kind of looks like a wolf a little bit, but in the background you've got what looks to be the moon, and I would say that this is an AI generated one because the moon does not look like the moon, but you can tell it's the moon. And I mean, it's an okay logo, but the brown of the coyote, the brown of the landscape, the Arizona landscape down below, really kind of get muddied up a little bit with the background color, which is also a brown, just a different shade of brown, more of a chocolate in the background. And I think that looks okay, but there needs to be a little bit more separation, I think. I don't know if the brown in the middle of the jersey was the right call for this jersey, but I do like the kind of call out to the state flag, the Arizona state flag. You can see those sun rays kind of in the back. If you've never seen the state flag, I'd recommend searching that and checking it out. But yeah, the neck is okay, I guess. Not my favorite. The shoulders are fine. It's pretty busy. I mean, there's a lot of color jumping. Let's count it real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So there are 42 individual instances on this jersey where there's a color change. That's too many. Okay, that's too many for me, at least. But I mean, that's cool conceptually. Next, the Atlanta Thrashers. So with 37 files, I knew there was going to be either more of one team or we're going to get some kind of other teams in here. And the Atlanta Thrashers, well, they're a former NHL team, so it counts. The logo is actually really cool. I like that a lot. It's very simplistic. It almost has like Kachina vibes to it as well. And the striping down below is fine. The striping in the neck kind of replicates that, which adds a nice balance. The striping in the arm feels a little bit thin, I guess. Like the numbers feel like they would maybe come on top of that. There's no numbers in this concept, but it's cool, pretty cool. Boston Bruins. I'm going to try and speed it up here a little bit. We got 37 to go to, which is more than usual. Boston Bruins. This is kind of close in a way, actually, to the most recent 100 Classic. Or, sorry, not 100 Classic. 100th anniversary jersey that we got released. Black or dark, white, and alternate, which is what this one kind of looks like. This is nice. For brown jerseys, this is absolutely one of the better ones that I've seen. I do like the logo. It feels a little bit low. I guess if you stripped away all the design, the logo would be low, but with the design, the logo is completely put in the correct position here to be symmetrical and even in that kind of off-white swatch. So it's a cool jersey, actually. I do like this one. I do like it. Buffalo Sabres. Wow, look at that logo. This one might be AI generated, actually. It does kind of look like that. It's a neat logo, and it's also symmetrical, which I like. It's got aggression in the eyes. It's very detailed. It's got the beautiful yellows in there, the beautiful blues, the complementariness of the wonderful brand that Buffalo has. The rest of the jersey, what is happening? Okay, you've got 3 shades of blue in the shoulders. Navy blue, a lighter blue, and then a royal blue. And then same on the arms, there's no need for 3 shades of blue. 2 is the max of any one color, in my opinion. You've got yellow stripes in there, which is fine, but then you've got angular striping, which doesn't match the same design language as the rest of the jersey. It's too much going on. Way too much going on in this jersey for me. So the logo is awesome. I would pass on the jersey design, though. Next, Calgary Flames with, I guess, a bit of a new Blasty. Now the logo on the shoulder, on the left shoulder is great. The one on the right shoulder is great. But again, it's quite busy. We've got a lot of transition between color. The neck, there's 4 transitions. The shoulders, there's also 4 or 5. It's just a lot. There's a lot going on. So again, the logo is kind of neat. But as for the jersey, it might be a pass for me. California Golden Seals. Now this is a cool jersey. That green, that specific shade of green, it's a very like Pacific and desaturated green. The blue is a very ocean blue. The yellow is muted as well. So this is very logically designed from a color perspective. The logo sits nicely on the jersey. It's very simplistic and stuff. Not my favorite shoulder design. I prefer squared off shoulders, but you guys know that. Other than that, objectively, this is a very nice jersey. Yeah, I like it. Great colors. Next, the Carolina Hurricanes with a Whalers trident in there. Well, it's neat. I'll say that it's neat. The waves along the bottom are acceptable. The neck is okay. The logo kind of looks like a fork. And I know it's supposed to be a trident, but like you can't touch the Hartford Whalers logo. You just shouldn't touch it. It should just be what it is, in my opinion. Just leave it OG. Next, the Columbus Blue Jackets with literal giant coins and emblems. I don't think I've ever seen this on a concept before, using something so realistic. To me, this is, it looks cool. If you think about their lore and what the team represents, it does make sense. But this is not realistic. This would have to be a sublimation print. And I guess it wouldn't have to be, but it would just, I don't think you'd get this specific realism if it was an actual threaded logo or whatever. This would have to be sublimation print. The bottom is cool. I really like the bottom. That little belt that's on there, that's a neat touch. The shoulders are pretty cool, but the middle of the jersey would be a miss for me. Chicago Blackhawks. Again, with the angular striping, I'd cut that out just for personal preference, but the logo is amazing. I really like that logo. It's got great colors in there. It's got aggression. Shoulder patches, don't love the one on the right. The one on the left is pretty great. I'd like to see some symmetry there. Striping on the arm is good. Striping on the bottom is good. Cool. Let's move on. The Cleveland Barons. The Cleveland Barons. So we're familiar with the team, but again, I'd have to. Well, actually, it's not too bad on this jersey. I was going to say that the shoulder patches should be symmetrical and the same, but it doesn't look bad here. You've got that whiskey kind of keg there on the right. On the left, you've got a beautiful stylized classic logo. On the front, a very stylized classic logo as well. It looks like something that you'd find on a bottle of whiskey or bourbon or something. Color-wise, very muted, very old school. Got some off-whites, some yellows, some creams, and some almost like charcoal blacks. So, it's pretty neat, and it does play in with kind of the theme that it's going for. So, not my favorite so far, but definitely not the worst. Wow, Colorado Avalanche. Well, this is different. This is very different. There are 3 shades of blue here. You've got a darker blue, you've got a lighter blue, almost a sky blue, and then you've got a really saturated ice blue almost. Yeah, the shoulder patches are losing me a little bit. It's almost like, you ever see take a black light and you look at something that just shines a little bit differently under a black light, or glow in the dark, whatever. That's kind of what the shoulder patch logos look like to me. They don't look terrible. They're just throwing me off a little bit. Now, the logo on the front, I don't think you would ever see that on the front of a Colorado Avalanche jersey. Maybe like a t-shirt or a shoulder patch or something, but not on the front. It's cool. It's absolutely cool. I love it. I just don't know if I love it on this jersey. This is, I think, a little bit too different for Colorado Avalanche for me personally. Next, the Dallas Stars. Okay, so I love the colors right away. The colors are amazing. I love the logo on the front. The shoulder patch is excellent. Really do not like the striping coming this way down. It looks like a metal ribbon. It looks like the logo on the front is the metal, and this is like, you're putting it around your neck and you're wearing the whole thing on the jersey. It just feels a little bit awkward for me. So I would nix that, but keep everything else. The rest of the jersey is actually awesome. Let's move on. Detroit Red Wings. Similar to a couple of designs I've seen in the past. The shoulder patch is pretty wild. Symmetrical, but pretty wild. The logo on the front does not look familiar to me, so I don't know if this is just something I am not familiar with and they've used in the past, or if it is AI generated or a design by Steven himself. It looks okay. I like the off-white. Yeah, it's not bad. Oilers. So it feels a little empty. It feels like a little bit empty, I guess, on the arms. The logo's okay. Not a huge fan of it. The shoulder patches are fine. I'd say this is just kind of an average jersey. Next, the Florida Panthers. I really like the off-white. It complements nicely with the red. You've got that brown color in there pulled from that Panther. I love the logo. The logo is awesome. I love how detailed it is. He's angry and stuff. It looks a little bit like a head on a wall, though. Like, it looks like, what's the word for it? Taxidermy. It looks like taxidermy. And I think it's the black outline in the back. It looks like it's just like it should be mounted on a wall. So I don't know if I'd just do something to make it a little bit more integrated with the jersey or what, but I love the state flag that's on the shoulder. That's really cool. And that kind of design that you see in the state flag there, those crossed stripings, you see that in the arm. So don't really like that. When I see it in the middle of the jersey on that arm, I'm fine with it. So it looks okay here on this jersey. Moving on, the Kansas City Arrowhead. Okay, I don't know if socially this would be acceptable for a team name. There's lots of teams out there changing their names, and lots of controversy in teams that still might in the future. Won't name any names, but the shoulder patch is amazing. The colors are great. I love that rich like red. It complements nicely with the off-white and then that kind of desaturated black a little bit. It's a cool jersey. Logo is all right. The LA Kings. Well, I'm wearing the colors here. The LA Kings, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but remove that sash kind of in the background there and keep the rest of the jersey. Even the Burger King logo on the shoulder, I'm fine with. Keep it there. The stripes in the front of the shoulders look good. The colors are amazing. The logo looks amazing on the front. Just remove that sash. The Minnesota Wild, using the North Stars thematic, changed to an M instead of an N. I feel like that could cause some controversy in the comment section. So if you have strong opinions with this, I would love to hear your comments down below on this one. But it feels like I've crossed my eyes. I'm looking at the North Stars and I've crossed my eyes and things have got blurry. So I just don't think it works. Logically and conceptually, it's a good idea. But execution, the result, it's a miss for me. Next, the Montreal Canadiens. So the flame for the Montreal Canadiens is something that's very popular and a part of their team. It's part of their history. So why not put it on the front of a jersey? However, it looks a little out of place as the primary logo on the front. It's so small. Like the striping in behind is almost the primary graphical element of this jersey. Also, it's almost the same size as that big giant shoulder patch on the left shoulder, the right as we're looking at it. So I would either make the flame bigger or put the flame on the shoulder and put the Montreal Canadiens logo, the regular one, on there. Next, the Nashville Predators. Really cool logo. Like, amazing logo, actually. Like, you can see the muscle and the colors look so good. The shading is excellent. The ferocity in the face and the, just that attitude is cool. The sideways striping is fine. But generally, it's a very empty jersey. I would expect maybe something up top on the shoulders. It just feels quite empty. Next, wow, the New Jersey Devils. So there is something interesting happening here with the striping in the background that makes it better than anything that we've seen so far, in my personal opinion. It's the angularity of how the stripes come up. It's almost like a spotlight shining on this, we'll say haunted house with the devil on top. I love that logo. That logo is really, really cool. But yeah, again, I would probably remove the background, but it is better. Wow. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen that before. So we've seen the logo in the front before, but we've never seen, and we've seen the the light beams, but we've never seen it become stripes. That is very innovative. That's a cool idea. So shout out to Steven. If you did that, Steven, that's I think you did. I mean, it's not just a logo, it's the whole jersey, so that would have been your doing. So round of applause for that. I've never seen it before. I don't necessarily love the logo, but I love the idea behind that. It looks really cool. The shoulders are decent. Bottom of the jersey is decent. The Rangers, so pretty generic jersey here overall. The logo is a combination between their primary logo and the Lady Liberty, and that would look fine on the front of a jersey, I think, but overall pretty generic. Next, the Ottawa Senators. That logo on the front is amazing. It's a little bit too detailed to be a stitched crest or anything like that, but you could maybe get away with it if it was just done a little bit differently. It wouldn't look as good, but would still look good. But that would have to be like some kind of sublimation print again, I think. But it looks so good. I really like that. Again, a lot of striping going on. These are pretty busy jerseys, so I'd maybe just like tighten it up a little bit. I think I'd maybe just, I don't know what I do. Actually, probably change the arm striping a little bit, and I'd change the neck. There's just so much happening up here. The shoulders are neat. Just change the neck. Moving on. The Flyers. Okay, so we've seen that logo before on the shoulder. Now, an inverted or changed version of that logo you can see in the front of the jersey here. Interesting little addition at the bottom of the sleeves. There used to be an AHL team called, I think it was the Philadelphia Phantoms? Or it was something Phantoms. We're going back into the mid-90s, early 2000s. And I think then they changed it to the Lehigh Valley Phantoms or something like that. And I don't even know if they exist anymore. But if I'm not mistaken, back in the 90s, the Phantoms in the AHL had a jersey where they had that kind of design on the bottom of the sleeve. I could be mistaken, but that does ring a bell a little bit. I like that, and I like the bottom of this jersey. Not my personal favorite logo on the front. Moving on, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Wow. Okay, well, that penguin looks like he's been eating some cheesy burgers, all right? He's a thick boy. He's got some of that winter weight, as we call it. So I like I like how detailed he is. I like the colors. His eyes are fine, but he needs to lay off some sugar, I think, and some fat. The bottom of the jersey design is not for me. I don't mind the arms. Unique arms. Kind of cool, but yeah, not overall, probably a bit of a miss. Next, the Quebec Nordiques. Wow. I love that kind of top castle design. If you've ever been to Quebec City, it's a very, very historical city. It's a beautiful city with lots of old buildings, and I really feel that in this jersey here. I'm not sure if that was Steven's intention, but I really feel it. I like that on there. I love that addition. You can still get the fleur-de-lis in there. The neck is fine. The owl is, I mean, that makes sense. It's a, I don't know the name of the specific owl. It's a snow owl, whatever. It's a white owl. And it looks good on the jersey. But it's the Quebec Nordiques. And they have such an iconic logo. I don't know if you can replace it. All right. Oh, sorry. There's a note there on snow owl. And city walls. So I guess that was, I was close to, I didn't read that before. I was close a little bit. Next, the Seattle Kraken. We've got a whole scene in this jersey. Wow. I think it's a little bit cartoony. It's a little bit goofy for an actual NHL jersey. With that said, we do have the Arizona Coyotes Reverse Retro 1.0, Reverse Retro 2.0, Anaheim Ducks Reverse Retro 1.0, all sublimation prints with some goofy scenes on there. So it's not impossible. I just don't see it being super realistic for the Seattle Kraken at this point. 10 years in the future, maybe they really need to flesh out their brand, come out with some classic alternates, some new age modern alternates, and maybe have some fun down the road. But as of right now, I don't see this being plausible. Next, the San Jose Sharks. Wow, that is such a desaturated deep teal. I kind of like it. I do kind of like this, actually. I don't love the neck. I like the front of the shoulders. It's a very almost like spooky kind of jersey. Yeah, a couple of tweaks. Might be really good. Wow, St. Louis. Well, I will say that this is going to be a miss for me personally. It's a little bit too cartoon book music feel. You've got all the instruments there, and I just like it logically makes sense. but it just looks like a daycare jersey or something. I don't know. It's not for me. It's a little bit too. No, it's not serious enough. Not serious enough. Okay, Tampa Bay Lightning. So very similar criticism to some previous jerseys. The logo is really good. I love the branding there. I even love the color change for the brand. You've got a very deep blue, desaturated blue with a very light, vibrant blue. Great combination there. And then that kind of gray to bring it home, and some white as well. So that looks good. 4 colors going on. Typically, that's difficult to make work, but Stevens made it work here color-wise. But I don't like the striping and whatever. There's so much going on. There's 4 stripes at the bottom of each arm. That's 8 total. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or we'll say 7 at the bottom of the middle of the jersey. That's 15 total. On the middle of the arms, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on there. So that's 23, and then 31. And then the shoulders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if you want to count the neck as well. So that's 38. 38 individual stripes on here. It's too much for me. There's just too much going on. Moving on. Wow, Toronto Maple Leafs. This is a cool jersey. I really like this jersey a lot. This is definitely one of the best Toronto Maple Leafs concepts I've personally seen this year. It's just so different, but it's also like completely acceptable for the Toronto Maple Leafs. There's nothing crazy going on. It's a very simplistic Maple Leaf on the front, but it's with like such great colors. There's nice shading in there. It's replicated on the shoulder as well. Not the same version, but a little bit different. This is nice. I like this. This is very nice. This might be one of my favorites so far going through this. All right, next. Okay. Well, you've got Free Willy there on the front. This is difficult. I like the idea, but it feels too cartoony. There's even a mirrored image along the bottom, which is supposed to be the reflection of the water. So I would remove Free Willy from this, and I would remove the bottom like tank, basically. But I like the V in the background. That's cool. I like the mountain range up top with the Vancouver striping down below, making up the guts of the mountain. That's cool. So I would just kind of remove some elements and then keep the rest. It's a pretty neat jersey. Moving on, the Vegas Golden Knights. We've got actual chainmail in here, and we don't have it in the entire jersey. It just looks like it's kind of from the bicep down. It's missing down to the bottom of the sleeve. So I might want to see that all the way through. It feels a little bit disconnected as a jersey and as a whole. And the fact that the yellow or the gold, I guess, stops kind of by the belly button, it makes it look like it looks like a belly top, like your belly button's going to be out. So I don't love that either, but I love the shoulders. The shoulders are amazing. Have that logo on there. You can kind of see that design language in the Boston Bruins Reverse Retro 2.0, which is actually over my shoulder there on the shoulder, on the shoulder of that jersey. So I think that's actually kind of plausible, and it does look pretty neat. The Washington Capitals. I'm going to say completely negative to the logo. I don't like that. That does not look like a hockey logo. It looks awkward on the front of a jersey. It looks like it should be on a hat or something. It just and then the logo on the shoulder, like put that on the front. I like the stripes on the arms, but I think overall this jersey would be a miss for me. Next to wow, the Winnipeg Jets. The arms are amazing. The shoulders are great. The logo is great. It looks a little bit like a bottle cap, but it does look cool. Now the jet that's in there. I mentioned this in a previous video. We gotta be careful of the jets that we use. I assume that based on the shape, that's supposed to be the Avro Arrow, which is a very famous jet that was kind of axed in the 70s, I believe, from Canada. And at the bottom it says Avro Canada CF105 Arrow. There you go. So that makes sense. I didn't see that before. It's cool. It is cool. It's busy, but it's cool. Let's move on. That's the last one. Wow, I feel like we zoomed through those. What is going to be my favorite? Okay, I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but definite honorable shout out to Toronto. That one was great. The Ottawa one was pretty good as well. I'll give that an honorable shout out just for the logo, I think. Let's give a shout out to California Golden Seals. That probably deserves one as well. That's a nice jersey. Man, how am I going to choose they're so unique and different. Man, this is tough. I might actually give it to the Jets. The last one that we looked at. Looking at this again, I love the arms. And I think if you think about this, if you just broaden your mind a little bit and think about the pants and the helmet and the gloves and the socks, this would be really cool to be in a uniform. I think this would make an amazing uniform. You can't say that for all the jerseys. You can even see a jersey that you really, really like, and then it just wouldn't work in a uniform. It would just look weird. This individually looks good, and as a uniform, I think it would look really good. So, Steven, thank you so much for sending these in. I really appreciate it. It's always fun to look at just different things. It doesn't mean they have to be good, but looking at something different just kind of broadens the mind a little bit, and it's okay to not like something as well. So I always say that there's no right or wrong. And yeah, it was really fun looking through this. If you guys want to come up with your own designs, I would love to see them. You can use the exact template that Steven used here. Head on over to sportstemplates.net. That link is down below in the description. And once you get over there, feel free to browse the site. There's free templates on there. There are hockey ones, there are baseball ones and football ones. There's all kinds, over 70 plus templates on there. And if you want to save 10%, if you feel like dropping some coin, use code POST2POST. That's going to save yourself 10% on any template on the site. And like I said at the beginning, there are free ones on there. Don't forget about those. Go download those and have some fun and play around and come up with a full set and then send it in. Would love to see your work. And thank you once again to Steven. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you coming back every Friday. If you are one of those loyal viewers, it really means a lot to me, down to the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for your loyal contributions to the channel, your likes, your comments, the subscribes, everything. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great Halloween weekend. And well, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you did enjoy this, hit the like button. We'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.